What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to another WWE 2K19 video. And what I got for you guys right now is an exclusive interview with the man himself, WWE 2K developer Jinx. If you guys remember last week, and if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, then you know that I was actually invited by WWE 2K to a 2K18 event in Aberdeen, Washington, in which we learned that Showcase mode is coming back and it focused around Daniel Bryan. The event itself was more representation of the gameplay that you guys saw early on today in my previous videos, and we were also able to do two interviews, one with Daniel Bryan and another one with Jinx. So in this video, I'm gonna have the full WWE 2K developer interview and also what I asked Daniel Bryan pertaining to WWE 2K19. Before I get started though, do keep in mind that I was only able to ask questions of things that has been revealed so far, such as 2K Showcase mode and the Tower game mode that was revealed just 2 weeks ago. So some of the questions that I asked were obviously not answered simply because it hasn't been revealed or it hasn't been confirmed by 2K just yet. But I did ask some pretty good questions in regards to changes that are coming to WWE 2K19 and a lot of details to the Daniel Bryan showcase. I also ended up asking you guys on Twitter any questions that you guys wanted me to ask him, and some of them were actually answered, such as for alternate attires, alternate slots, and even the lackluster rewards for Road to Glory that we had in 2K18. Yes, I went there because we got way too many masks, and hopefully that's not the case this year. And trust me, you don't want to miss his response to me on that topic. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you that quick overview before actually starting off the interview. So let's get right to it. Monkey in the production truck, roll.
So the first question I got, it's obviously in regards to Showcase mode. Yes. It was just announced. And I want to know the input that Daniel Bryan had into that Showcase mode, because everything is about him. So,
yeah, so Showcase mode is back, and Daniel Bryan pretty much had a lot of input on what we wanted to do. So we kind of laid down some of the matches that we felt like were a good blueprint for his entire career, kind of showing the evolution of Daniel Bryan and who he was and where he came from and the struggles that he went through to basically get everything taken away from him. Constantly from the powers that be, the authority, and then actually attaining his dreams, and then only to have to retire. But luckily, he was able to return, just like Showcase mode. So, it was him giving us a bunch of feedback on allowing him to have his own voice in the showcase, right? And so, like, when we went out and shot the footage of him for the interview scenes, he basically just went off script and just had basically freedom to say whatever he wanted to say, and it's his voice, it's Daniel Bryan, that's who he is, and that to me comes through in the video package that we shot with him.
Is there any specific matches that he requested himself to make sure to be in the Showcase mode?
No, I think he was pretty much on point. We gave him, what we wanted, and he was like, those are really cool. That's kind of like what I wanted. And then anything that he felt that he wanted to talk about, he basically did. And so we made sure to include those things into the video packages with like B-roll.
So something I asked before, and I actually want you to answer again. It ultimately runs over like Daniel Bryan's whole career, all the way from what year to like the last match that he had at WrestleMania this year?
Correct. So 2003 all the way to 2018. And so there's 11 matches in total. And there's one bonus match that if you complete it, you get this one bonus match. But yeah, so we pretty much had to stick with moments and matches that we felt helped define those special moments in his career that really helped tell that story of the adversity he had to face in his career.
So something I really like about Showcase mode is the fact that you could go through all the matches, but you could also do the objective to ultimately just either get an extra reward or either actually get an extra cutscenes and stuff like that. Is all of that returning this year as well?
Yes, it is returning. Yes. So yeah, no. To me, that's part of the Showcase experience, is that if you wanted to, you can just play through the matches and just, you want to win, and that's it. But if you wanted to go that extra step, play through the objectives, and those objectives are designed to where it's pacing you through what happened in that match in real life, right? So if you didn't happen to watch those matches if you were too young or maybe you weren't into wrestling at that time. This will help guide you through what actually happened, and we pay that off with those cutscenes, right? But you can finish those if you just want to see the end and you want to watch the videos. You can play through it, just by winning. So,
Can we get any hint of the type of rewards that we're gonna get once we complete these objectives and matches?
yeah. So the rewards that we offer are, again, it's a showcase. So the superstars that you'll see in those showcases, like different versions of Daniel Bryan, and Bryan Danielson, and that version of Cena, Velocity, with those yellow pants. Cool look, Cena.
For real, it does.
Right, and then the different environments as well, like Velocity. I think you saw like some other environments as well. So along with some certain championships that we no longer support that we had to bring back just for showcase.
So another thing you mentioned is alternative attires, and usually this is a controversial topic because some people complain that there's extra slots just for a different type of attire. Can you tell us a little bit about that for this year, especially because of showcase? We are gonna have, I'm assuming, multiple, as you said, multiple Daniel Bryant and also a couple of John Cena's, I'm assuming. So how is that gonna work this year? Is there anything different from previous years, or?
So it's a little different. So like those versions of Daniel Bryan it's standalone because they are unlocked and they're a standalone model, right? So once you unlock them, that doesn't take into account like the existing slots for Daniel Bryan. So it's like you should be safe on that front.
So going back to the rewards and also towers, I'm assuming we're able to talk about towers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the rewards is usually a big thing. Last year, Road to Glory was a little bit. It was certainly a great concept, but there were some issues in regards to the rewards because it was the same every time. It was a mask, so a lot of people complain about that, even though it was a cool reward that we were getting. But regardless, like, I want to know, like, anything different in regards to rewards changed this year that you could tell us?
It's
Maybe
funny
for towers.
I mean, it's funny that the guy complaining about masks is you. That's so
What?
weird. Oh, and man, he ain't got a mask on. Man, you guys are lucky you ain't seeing what
See,
I'm seeing. Ooh, I see why you wear the
I
mask,
put myself
man.
into a
No, I'm
hole
playing.
right now, didn't I? Dang, I shouldn't have asked that question.
So yeah, so we definitely heard the feedback and we're addressing that this year. So I think
Awesome.
a lot of people are going to be happy with what we did this year.
Do we get any reward for towers as well?
Yes. So it's different this year to where like you will get rewards for towers, but it's mostly like the loot crates and things like that, where the pay-per-view stuff is still like that's the main area where you unlock some of those cool things.
Okay. Two more questions. So any match types you could tell us about? Any special match type returning this year? Anything returning this year?
2K Showcase is returning this year.
And last question, are you bringing back the 2K Dev series? Because I love those.
So I keep getting I keep getting that question, and it's pretty much something that's on the back burner. I'm still kind of like Instagramming and tweeting out like random things, but with the amount of things that we're adding this year, just and fixing for you guys, it's taking up a lot of our time, right? And so we're waiting for that right time to start basically announcing some of those things, and just kind of expanding on anything that we do announce. So yeah, I think once things settle down a little bit, I will have an answer for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So my first question is obviously about WWE 2K19. I want to know a little bit more of your input into the showcase mode, if you have any extra input besides, I guess, choosing the matches for it.
No, I didn't really have much input in that regard. What they did is they said, hey, what do you think? We have aligned these matches. What do you think? And I looked at it, I was like, wow, they really nailed it. And then, but then we did interviews with as far as each segment of everything and that sort of thing. So I mean, that's kind of what we did, and it's been really fun to be so interactive in putting together the showcase mode with it, because I really get to tell my version of the story, and I think for a video game that's awesome.